The village of Pine Creek had seen strange things before, but never anything like this. The sky turned purple one evening, and a streak of light cut across the clouds. A crash echoed from the forest, and most folks stayed inside. Not Lily Mason, though. Lily lived at the edge of town in a small house her grandfather built. She had always been curious, even when others called her foolish. Her red hair and freckled face were well known in Pine Creek, as she worked at the local diner serving coffee and pie to travelers. That night she walked toward the smoke rising above the trees. The summer air felt thick and heavy with the scent of something burning, but also something sweet, like cinnamon and metal mixed together. Her flashlight beam bounced between the trees as she stepped over roots and rocks. The clearing appeared suddenly. The earth was scorched in a perfect circle. Trees had fallen away from the center like someone had pushed them down with a giant hand. In the middle sat something that looked like a teardrop made of blue metal. Steam rose from its surface. Lily stopped breathing when part of the teardrop slid open. The creature that emerged was tall and thin with skin that seemed to shine like pearl in the moonlight. It had 2 arms, 2 legs, and a face that was almost human but not quite. Its eyes were too large, taking up half its face. They were deep violet with no whites, just pools of color that reflected the stars. It wore something like a uniform tight against its body with symbols Lily had never seen before. The alien stumbled forward and fell to one knee. Lily should have run. She knew that, but instead, she stepped forward. The alien looked up. Its mouth moved, but the sounds made no sense. Then it touched something on its wrist and spoke again. This time Lily understood. Help. Please. The voice was female, soft like wind through grass. Lily moved closer. Are you hurt? The alien woman nodded. My ship. She gestured to the teardrop. Crashed. Your air is good, but your gravity is strong. She struggled to stand. I need to hide. They will come looking. Who will come looking? Lily asked, but she was already helping the alien to her feet. The woman was lighter than she looked, like helping a child. The collectors. The alien woman looked at the sky. They take species for study. I escaped. Lily looked at the crashed ship, then back to her house visible through the trees. That was stupid, that was crazy, but she said, come with me. The alien woman leaned on Lily as they walked slowly through the forest. The strange visitor seemed to struggle with each step. Lily noticed how the alien woman studied everything, the trees, the ground, the night sky with those huge purple eyes. What is your name? Lily asked as they approached her house. In your language, it would sound like Milana. The alien replied. Mia. Lily said. That will be easier for me if that's okay, Mia. The alien woman repeated and made a sound that might have been a laugh. Yes, that is acceptable. Lily's house was small but cozy with 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a living room with old furniture. Her basement was finished with a small guest room her grandfather had built. She led Mia down there, figuring it was the safest place to hide an alien. You can stay here, Lily said. No one will see you through the windows. Mia looked around the room, touching the blankets on the bed with long fingers. They had 6 joints instead of 3. Lily noticed. The material feels strange, she said. What is it? Cotton. Lily answered. Just regular sheets, nothing special. Everything on your world is special to me. Mia replied. Lily brought down some water and leftover stew from dinner. Mia sniffed the food cautiously, then took a small taste. Her face changed color slightly, turning a pale blue. This is good, she said. My people eat similar foods, protein plants mixed together with heat. She took another bite. I have not eaten in 2 cycles. Lily wasn't sure what cycles meant, but she nodded. Days, you mean days? Yes, days. Mia agreed. While Mia ate, Lily studied her visitor more carefully. The alien woman was maybe 6.5 feet tall but very thin. Her arms and legs seemed just slightly too long for her body. Her skin wasn't exactly white, but more like the inside of a seashell with a faint rainbow shimmer when she moved. Her hair was white and very fine like silk threads. Mia caught Lily staring and tilted her head. I look strange to you. Not strange. Lily said. Different. I look strange to you too. Right? Yes. Mia agreed, but not in an unpleasant way. Your species has such variety in appearance. My kind all look similar with small differences. Lily sat across from Mia. Why are you here? How did you crash? Mia set down her spoon. I am what you might call a scientist. I study different life forms across the galaxy, the collectors. They also study life, but they take samples against their will. I was assigned to their ship to document Earth species, but I saw what they did to the others, and I could not allow it to happen to humans. Others? Lily asked. What others? Mia looked down. Many worlds have life. Many species have intelligence like yours. The collectors have taken samples from 27 worlds in this sector alone. They keep them in containment for study breeding. Experimentation. Lily felt, cold in her stomach. You escaped to warn us. I escaped because it was wrong, Mia said simply. But yes, I hope to find a way to contact your leaders to prepare them. But my ship was damaged in the escape. I barely made it to your surface. Lily laughed. Softly, our leaders. They would probably lock you up too. I don't think they would believe you. Mia nodded as if she expected this answer. That is why I need time to repair my ship, to gather evidence that will convince them. A noise outside made them both freeze. Lily crept up the stairs and peeked out the window. It was just Mr. Jones walking his dog past her house. She relaxed and went back downstairs. Just a neighbor, Lily said. But we have to be careful. My town is small. Everyone notices everything. I need to go to work tomorrow at the diner. People will wonder if I don't show up. But I'll bring you food and whatever else you need. Mia reached out and touched Lily's hand. Her skin felt warm and slightly textured like fine sandpaper. Why are you helping me? She asked. You don't know me, I could be dangerous. Lily thought about it, then shrugged. Because you asked for help. And because you're running from something wrong. That makes you the good guy in my book. Mia tilted her head again. The good guy. Yes, I have studied your stories. That is a common theme with humans. The desire to help the innocent. Not all humans, Lily said. But enough of us, I hope. So tell me what you need to fix your ship. That night Lily lay awake thinking about the alien in her basement, and the collectors who might come looking for her. She wondered if she had done the right thing or if she had put everyone in Pine Creek in danger. But when she thought about Mia's eyes and the fear in them, she knew she couldn't have done anything else. The next morning Lily woke early. She made extra breakfast and carried a tray down to the basement. Mia was already awake, standing near the small window that looked out at ground level. She turned when Lily entered. I brought you breakfast, Lily said, setting down the tray, eggs, toast, and some fruit. I don't know what you can eat. Mia came over and examined the food. The round yellow items smell interesting, she said. Those are eggs, Lily explained. They come from birds. Mia picked one up with her long fingers. I know of eggs. Many species use them for reproduction. She took a small bite and her eyes widened. This is pleasant. While Mia ate, Lily explained her plan. I have to work at the diner today from 7 to 3. I'll lock the doors, but no one should come by. My nearest neighbor is a quarter-mile away. Just stay inside and stay quiet. Mia nodded. I need to send a message to others like me who oppose the collectors. They should know I survived the crash. She pointed to a small device on her wrist. It is damaged, but I might repair it with the right materials. What do you need? Lily asked. Mia thought for a moment. Conductive metals, something to amplify the signal, something with a power source. She looked around the room. Your technology is primitive but creative. I might adapt some of it. Lily frowned at the word primitive but let it pass. She went upstairs and brought down an old radio. Her grandfather had kept a cell phone charger and some copper wire from the garage. Will these help Mia? Examine them carefully. Yes, she said, this is a good start. Lily left for work worried but excited too. She served coffee and chatted with the regulars at the diner, but her mind kept drifting to the alien woman in her basement. She almost spilled coffee on Mrs. Green when the older woman mentioned the strange lights in the sky last night. Did you see them? Mrs. Green asked. Looked like a shooting star, but it was purple. Fred thinks it was a meteor. Lily forced a smile. I was asleep early. She lied. Missed the whole thing. During her lunch break, Lily called her friend Sue, who worked at the hardware store. Sue had been Lily's friend since grade school and was the only person Lily thought might understand the situation. Hey, Sue, Lily said into the phone, trying to sound casual. I need some weird stuff from the store. Can you help me out? Sure. Sue replied. What do you need? Lily read from a list Mia had given her. Small battery, copper wire, solder, electrical tape, and if you have it, something called a transistor. Sounds like you're building something, Sue said. What is it? A radio. Lily lied. Just trying to fix my grandfather's old set. Sue laughed. Since when are you into electronics? Lily stumbled over her words. Just a project to pass the time. You know, how boring it gets. Sue agreed to bring the items after her shift. Lily spent the rest of the day anxious to get home. She picked up extra food at the grocery store on the way, figuring Mia might be hungry. When she got home, the house was quiet too. Quiet! She rushed to the basement, calling Mia's name. The basement was empty. The bedsheets were rumpled, but there was no sign of the alien woman. Lily felt a wave of panic. Had someone found her? Had she left on her own? Then she heard a noise from outside. The backyard, hidden by the tall grass, Mia was kneeling beside a small device that glowed with blue light. She looked up as Lily approached. Her violet eyes caught the sunlight. You shouldn't be outside, Lily whispered. Someone might see you. The signal was blocked by your house structure. Mia explained I needed clear access to the sky. She pointed to the glowing device. I was able to adapt your radio parts to boost my communicator. Did it work? Lily asked. Did you contact your friends? Mia nodded. Yes, but the news is not good. The collector ship is already in orbit around your planet. They detected my crash. They will send search drones soon. Lily felt her heart race. How soon? Mia stood up, gathering her device. Within a day, perhaps 2. They must be cautious not to be detected by your planets. Defense systems, Lily almost laughed. We don't have much in the way of defense systems. Not for alien ships anyway. Mia looked surprised. Your military has no space capabilities. Some satellites, Lily said. A few. Weapons, maybe. But nothing that could stop what you're describing. Sue arrived, then pulling into Lily's driveway with a small bag from the hardware store. Lily froze as Sue got out of the car and spotted them in the backyard. Lily's mind raced for an explanation, but it was too late. Sue was staring at Mia, her mouth open. What the hell? Lily, Sue managed to say, her eyes fixed on the alien woman. Who is that? What is that? It's complicated. Lily began. Sue took a step back. Is this some kind of joke? Is she wearing makeup? Mia stepped forward and Sue flinched. I am not from your world, Mia said simply. I crashed here. Lily has been helping me. Sue looked like she might run or faint or both. But then she surprised Lily by taking a deep breath and saying, Okay, not the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But close. What's going on? Lily explained everything while they went inside. Sue listened without interrupting, which was unusual for her. When Lily finished, Sue sat quietly for a long moment. So let me get this straight, Sue said. These collector aliens are coming to kidnap people from Pine Creek for their space zoo, and you've been hiding an escaped alien scientist in your basement. That about covers it. Lily agreed. Sue looked at Mia. Are there more like you? People who think humans shouldn't be treated like animals? Mia nodded. Many across many worlds, but we are not organized, not yet. We lack the power to oppose the Collector Council directly. That is why I was gathering evidence. Sue turned back to Lily. So what do we do, Lily asked, surprised. Sue rolled her eyes. You think I'm letting you handle this alone? You need help, and not just with electrical parts. Mia looked between the two humans. Your friend is brave like you, she said to Lily. This is a good quality. The three of them gathered around Lily's kitchen table. Sue dumped out the hardware store supplies, and Mia began sorting through them. Her long fingers moved with incredible precision. I can enhance my communicator with these, Mia explained. But I need access to a power source stronger than these small batteries, Sue thought for a moment. What about the power station at the edge of town? My cousin Trish works there. She could get us in after hours. Lily looked worried. That's risky. More people. Who might talk, Sue? Shook her head. Trish is solid. She won't freak out. She might be able to help actually. She knows electronics. Lily wasn't sure. Bringing more people into their secret was wise, but they needed help. If the collectors were coming, they needed a plan and fast. She finally nodded. Okay, call her, but make sure she knows this is serious. Not a joke, Sue made the call, while Mia continued working on her device. Trish arrived 40 minutes later. Her reaction to Mia was similar to Sue's surprise, followed by fascination. Trish had studied engineering in college before coming back to Pine Creek to work at the power station. This is amazing, she said, examining Mia's communicator. This technology is like nothing I've ever seen. How does it work, Mia? Tried to explain using simple terms. It converts thought patterns to energy signals, then transmits them across space using quantum entanglement. Trish looked blank. Okay, never mind. The important thing is, can we boost it with our power? Mia nodded. Yes, but there is risk. Your power system might be damaged. If these collector guys are coming to take people, I think a power outage is the least of our problems, Trish said. She looked at the others. We need more help, Lily. Your friend Kate at the medical clinic. She should know about this too. Lily felt things spinning out of control. The more people who knew, the greater the chance of panic, or worse, someone alerting authorities who might take Mia away. But Trish was right. Kate had access to medical supplies. They might need those by nightfall. Their group had grown to 5: Lily, Sue, Trish, Kate, and Kate's girlfriend Sandy, who worked as a mechanic. Sandy had brought tools and spare parts from her garage, including a powerful battery from a tractor. They sat in Lily's living room planning while Mia worked on her device. If these collectors are looking for Mia, we need to hide her better, Kate said. My clinic has a basement storage room. No windows. No one goes there except me. But we also need to prepare for them finding her, Sandy added. If they have technology that can track her ship, they can probably track her too. Lily looked at Mia. Is that true? Can they track you? Mia hesitated. My people have genetic markers they might scan for. But your world has billions of life forms. It would take time to isolate one specific pattern. Time, they agreed, was what they needed. Most of all, they needed to defend themselves somehow against technology. They couldn't imagine. The women of Pine Creek looked at each other, uncertainty in their eyes, but also determination. None of them had signed up for this, but none of them were backing down either. Mia watched them with growing admiration. Humans, she thought, were full of surprises. And perhaps the collectors had finally chosen the wrong species to hunt. The power station stood at the edge of Pine Creek, a small building surrounded by tall metal towers and humming equipment. Trish led them through a side door using her key card. The night shift was minimal. Just one person in the control room at the front. Trish had told him she needed to check some readings in the back. He barely looked up from his magazine. Mia moved silently, her tall form wrapped in a long coat with a hood hiding her face. The 5 human women surrounded her like bodyguards. They reached the main generator room where massive machines created electricity for the town. This should work, Mia said. Pulling out her modified communicator, she connected it to a junction box using wires. Sandy had provided, I need 10 seconds of direct connection. Any longer might damage your power. Grid. Trish looked nervous but nodded. Do it. Mia activated the device. The lights flickered as power flowed into her alien technology. The communicator glowed bright blue, then purple. The women shielded, their eyes from the intense light. Mia spoke in her native language, rapid musical sounds that none of them understood. The machine pulsed once more, then went dark. The lights in the building returned to normal. It's done, Mia said. I have sent a distress signal to all resistance operatives in this sector. They know the collectors are here. They will try to help. Will they come here? Kate asked. Mia shook her head. Not directly. That would reveal their presence to the collectors. But they can disrupt the collector sensors, delay them, jam their communications. She touched her communicator. It may give us days instead of hours. They slipped out of the power station and back to Lily's house. There they gathered around the kitchen table making plans. Sandy brought maps of Pine Creek and the surrounding area. We need to think about evacuation routes, she said. If these collectors come, we need places to hide places. They won't look. Kate had brought medical supplies, tranquilizers, bandages, painkillers. Don't know if any of this will work against alien technology, she said. But it's better than nothing. Sue had called a few more trusted friends. 3 more women joined their group that night. Hazel, who ran the local radio station, Maggie, who taught at the elementary school, and Patty, who worked at the town hall with access to emergency plans. By morning, they had established a communication network using walkie-talkies and had identified several potential safe areas outside of town. The old mining, tunnels in the hills, the cave system by the lake, the abandoned factory 5 miles south. Maya worked with Sandy to create what she called disruptors, simple devices that would interfere with collector scanning technology. They used parts from old cell phones, radios, and other electronics. Sandy was amazed at Mia's knowledge. How do you know so much about our technology? Mia Sandy asked as they worked. It's so primitive compared to yours. Mia smiled, a gesture she had learned from watching Lily. I study evolutionary patterns of technology across species, she explained. All technological species follow similar paths. Your world is where mine was thousands of years ago, but the principles remain the same. That day, they placed the disruptors at key points around Pine Creek. Disguised as ordinary objects, Lily went to work as usual, trying to act normal but watching the sky. Her boss at the diner commented that she seemed distracted, just not sleeping well. Lily lied. Too many late movies by afternoon. More women had joined their group. The network grew 15 now, all working together, all keeping the secret, all watching the skies. Lily marveled at how quickly people adapted to the idea that aliens were real, that one was hiding in Pine Creek, that more were coming. Not everyone believed them, of course. They were selective about who they told. Only those they trusted completely. That evening, Lily, Sue, and Mia sat on Lily's back porch, looking at the stars. The night was clear, the Milky Way visible as a smear of light across the dark. Which one is your star? Lily asked Mia, pointing at the sky. Mia pointed to a faint bluish star, barely visible. It's there. My world orbits that star, 3 times smaller than your Earth. 2 great oceans, floating cities in the sky. Sue leaned forward. What are your people like? Really, Mia considered the question. We are not so different from humans in many ways. We love, we fear, we hope. We have families, communities, art, music, but we have lived longer. As a species, we have made more mistakes and learned from them. We no longer fight among ourselves. That is something humans have not yet achieved. Lily looked down. It seems so strange that advanced beings would still do things like what these collectors do, taking people against their will. Evolution of technology does not always match evolution of ethics, Mia said sadly. Some species advance technically, but remain primitive in how they treat others. A sound interrupted them. A high whistling noise. From above, they looked up to see a streak of light moving across the night sky. Unlike a meteor, it moved in a straight line, then stopped, changed direction, and continued. That's them, Mia said, her voice tense. A collector scout drone. They are scanning. The women watched as the light moved methodically across the sky, passing over Pine Creek, then circling back. Are your disruptor things working? Sue asked. Mia nodded. We will know soon. If the drone passes without stopping, then yes. The light continued its path, then suddenly stopped directly above the forest where Mia's ship had crashed. The women held their breath. The light hovered there for several minutes, then abruptly shot upward, disappearing into the stars. They found my ship, Mia said. But the disruptors confused their sensors. They did not detect me. She looked at Lily and Sue. This is good, but they will return with more precise equipment. We have perhaps one day. One day, Lily repeated. What do we do? In one day. We prepare. Mia said we fight the. Next morning, Pine Creek seemed normal. People went to work, children to school. The sun shone. The birds sang. But for the growing network of women, there was tension in the air. They watched, they waited. They prepared. Kate converted the basement of her clinic into a command center. Maps, radio equipment, supplies. Mia trained them on what to expect. The collectors will send smaller ships, she explained. Not the main vessel. Capture craft with drones. They will target isolated areas first. They avoid confrontation. When possible. What are we up against exactly? Sue asked. How strong? Mia projected an image from her communicator. A hologram appeared showing a oval craft about the size of a school bus and smaller round objects floating around it. The capture ship can hold up to 20 humans, she said. The drones paralyze with sound waves. They target nervous systems. Can they be stopped? Sandy asked. Mia nodded. Everything can be stopped. The drones are sensitive to certain frequencies. High-pitched sounds interfere with their sensors, and they cannot function underwater. This information sparked ideas. The women worked in teams developing defenses. Hazel from the radio station suggested using the town emergency broadcast system to emit the interfering frequency. Maggie organized the school band instruments to create disrupting sounds. Patty accessed the town hall records to identify water sources large enough to hide people. By midday, their network had grown to 30 women, all working together, all preparing. Some brought food. Others supplies. Lily was amazed at how quickly they organized, how efficiently they worked, how determined they were. No one asked why they were helping an alien. No one suggested turning Mia over to the collectors. No one backed down from the fight ahead. They simply did what needed to be done. In the afternoon, Mia's communicator beeped. She checked it, her expression grave. The collectors are deploying, she said. They will arrive after sunset. 3 capture ships, 20 drones each. They will focus on the town center first, then spread outward. Sue looked around the room at the gathered women. Is everyone ready? They nodded, some looking scared but all looking determined. They had plans. They had positions. They had purposes. Dusk approached. They moved to their assigned locations. Kate and Sandy at the clinic with medical supplies ready. Hazel at the radio station prepared to broadcast the interfering frequency. Maggie and the school band at the church with instruments. Trish at the power station ready to cut power if needed. Others stationed at key points around town with walkie-talkies and signals. Lily and Mia remained at Lily's house watching the sky. Waiting, Sue joined them, bringing the last of their homemade disruptors. The sun set. The stars appeared. And then something else. Lights moving against the black, not twinkling, not steady. 3 sets of lights moving in formation. The collector ships, Mia said. They will begin. Soon. Lily took a deep breath. Well, she said, looking at her friends. I never thought I'd be fighting aliens in Pine Creek. Sue laughed, a nervous sound, but her eyes were steady. We're ready, she said. The whole town is ready. The lights descended, growing larger. The first capture ship was visible now, a metallic oval reflecting the moonlight. It moved silently toward the center of town. Mia touched her communicator, sending the alert signal. All around Pine Creek, women moved into action. The town emergency siren wailed, but modified, to emit the specific frequency Mia had identified. The church bell began to ring, joined by dozens of instruments, flutes, trumpets, drums, clarinets, all playing at once, creating a cacophony of sound that filled the air in town hall. Patty opened the water tower valves, flooding low areas, creating pools and barriers. The capture ship hesitated. Its lights flickered. The small drones emerging from its hull faltered, some dropping several feet before recovering. It's working, Lily said. Her voice filled with wonder and hope. They didn't expect resistance. No, Mia agreed, her violet eyes reflecting the lights of the ship. They never do. The collector ship hovered above Pine Creek, its metal surface gleaming in the moonlight. The noise strategy was working. The drones moved erratically, their sensors confused by the cacophony of sounds. but the main ship adjusted quickly. Its underside opened, revealing a larger device, something like a satellite dish. "They are adapting," Mia warned. "They have countermeasures." The dish glowed blue, then emitted a pulse of energy. The town siren faltered, then stopped. Some of the instruments went silent, as their players dropped to their knees holding their heads, their sonic weapon. Mia explained, pulling a small device from her pocket. She activated it, creating a shield of energy around them. "It can disrupt human neural patterns, but my technology can block it for those nearby." Sue spoke into her walkie-talkie, relaying information to the others across town. "Fall back to secondary position," she ordered. "Use the water defense." All across Pine Creek, women moved. Those near water sources, lakes, ponds, even swimming pools gathered people there. The collector drones seemed unable to scan effectively over water, their sensors confused by the reflective surface. The 3 capture ships spread out, one moving toward the east side of town, one to the west and one remaining in the center, drones deployed in patterns, searching methodically for human life signs. Lily watched from her porch as drones approached her street. The floating spheres about the size of basketballs moved silently, scanning houses. Sue and Mia ducked down, hiding behind the porch railing. "Will they find us?" Lily whispered. Mia shook her head. "The disruptor should mask our presence, but we must remain still. Movement attracts attention." They watched as drones passed Lily's house, continuing down the street. Some entered homes through open windows. There were cries of alarm from neighbors. Lily wanted to help, but Mia held her back. "We cannot save everyone," she said. "We must focus on disrupting their operation." The resistance forces I contacted are working to jam the collector main ship, but it will take time. Sue checked her walkie-talkie, getting updates from around town. Kate reported that people were gathering at the clinic. Protected by disruptors, Hazel had abandoned the radio station when the sonic pulse hit, but had managed to set up a portable system at the lake, continuing to broadcast interference signals. The main battle was happening in the town center. Maggie and her school band had relocated to the old church, whose stone walls provided some protection. They played their instruments, creating waves of disrupting sound. The drones in that area moved sluggishly, some falling from the sky, but the collectors were adapting. The central capture ship descended, lower its hull opening to reveal a new weapon, a cannon of sorts that fired pulses of green energy. The church tower was hit, crumbling in a shower of stone and dust. "We need to draw them away from town," Sue said. "Too many people will be hurt." Mia nodded. "My ship," she said. "If I can repair it enough to power its engines, the collectors will pursue me. That is their primary mission." Lily looked at her. "That sounds like a suicide mission." Mia shrugged, a very human gesture. "Perhaps, but it would save your town." Sandy arrived in her truck, skidding to a stop in front of Lily's house. "They need help at the lake," she reported. "The drones are adapting to the water defense. They've changed frequency." Sue looked at Lily. "You go help them. Mia and I will try the ship repair plan." Lily hesitated, not wanting to leave them, but Sandy was already pulling her toward the truck. "We need to go now," she insisted. "More people are being taken." Lily climbed into the truck, looking back at Mia and Sue. The alien woman raised a hand in farewell, her violet eyes sad but determined. The truck sped through town. Lily saw scenes of chaos, drones pursuing people. Some people lying motionless on the ground, paralyzed by sonic pulses, others fighting back with water hoses, noise devices, and the homemade disruptors. But the collectors were winning. Their technology too advanced, their strategy too efficient. At the lake, hundreds of people had gathered, many standing in the water up to their waists or shoulders. Women from their network patrolled the shoreline with disruptors, protecting as many as they could. The lake surface was disturbed not by wind, but by some kind of energy field the collectors had deployed. The water defense was failing. Lily joined Kate, who was organizing the last stand. "We're using boats," she explained, moving people to the center of the lake. "The drones don't go out that far." They worked together, loading people into every available boat. Canoes, rowboats, fishing boats, all heading to the center of the lake, a floating island of humanity seeking refuge from the alien hunters. From the lake they could see the whole town. The three capture ships positioned strategically, drones moving between buildings, flashes of light when someone was taken. The screams had mostly stopped. Now most people were either hidden or captured. Lily thought of Mia and Sue heading to the crashed ship in the forest. She wondered if their plan would work if they could draw the collectors away, as if in answer there was a rumble. From the forest, a blue light rose above the trees, not steady but pulsing, erratic. The light of Mia's ship partially repaired, struggling to rise. The effect on the collector ships was immediate. All three changed direction, moving toward the forest. The drones followed, recalled to their motherships. The capture operation suspended in favor of pursuing the escaped alien scientist. It worked. Lily whispered. They did it. The people on the boats watched as the collector ships converged on the forest. The blue light of Mia's ship rose higher, wobbling, unstable but moving. The ships pursued, gaining quickly. Then something unexpected happened. From above came new lights, streaking through the atmosphere, red and gold. Not collector ships. Something else. Something faster. Reinforcements Mia had mentioned. The resistance forces from other worlds come to help. The new ships, 7 of them, surrounded the collector vessels, their weapons firing pulses of red energy. The collector ships returned fire. Green, against red, light against light. A battle in the skies above Pine Creek. Mia's ship continued to rise, moving away from the conflict, heading toward open country. It was working. She was drawing them away. The plan was succeeding, but then disaster. Damaged alien craft faltered. Its blue light flickered. The ship listed to one side, then plummeted back to Earth. A crash, a flash of light, a column of smoke from the forest. No, Lily cried. She turned to Kate. We have to help them. Kate nodded, organizing a rescue team. They took the fastest boat back to shore, then Sandy's truck racing toward the forest. The collector ships were distracted by the resistance forces engaged in battle, too busy to notice a few humans moving below. They found the crash site easily, a new crater beside the old one. Mia's ship broken beyond repair, metal and strange materials scattered across the ground. Sue lay nearby, unconscious but alive. Sandy and Kate went to her. While Lily searched for Mia, she found the alien woman beneath a section of hull. Her pearl skin dimmed, her violet eyes half closed. Mia, Lily called, kneeling beside her friend. Can you hear me? Mia's eyes opened, focusing slowly on Lily. Her mouth moved, but no sound came. She touched her wrist activator, which sparked and then began working again. I am damaged, she said, her voice weak. But my plan worked. The resistance came. Lily took her hand. We need to get you help. Mia shook her head. My physiology is different. Your medicine cannot help me. But I have succeeded. The collectors are exposed. The resistance knows they violated treaty by coming here. Above them, the battle continued. Bright flashes of energy, explosions in the sky. One of the collector ships listed sideways, trailing smoke. The resistance forces pressed their advantage, surrounding the invaders. Mia looked up at the battle. It is good, she said. The council will not be able to deny this violation now. She coughed a strange sound. Your world will be recognized. Your people protected. Lily felt tears on her cheeks. You can't die. Not now. Not after everything. Mia smiled. My people do not die. As yours do. Our consciousness transfers. Our memories remain. She touched Lily's face with long fingers. Thank you for your help. Your kindness. Your trust. You represent the best of humanity. Sue had regained consciousness. She joined Lily, kneeling beside Mia. The others gathered around, forming a circle of protection, and witnessed Mia's breathing slowed. Her violet eyes fixed on the stars visible through the trees. I go to join the greater consciousness, she said. Remember what you learned. Humans are stronger together. Your differences are your strength. Her eyes closed. Her breathing stopped. A soft glow emanated from her body, starting at her center and spreading outward. The women watched in wonder as Mia's physical form dissolved into particles of light. These rose slowly upward through the trees, joining the stars. The battle above was ending. The collector ships retreating, pursued by the resistance forces. Soon the sky was quiet again. Only the stars remained. And somewhere among them was Mia, or whatever Mia had become. Lily and her friends stood in silence for a long moment. Then Sue spoke. "What happens now?" Lily looked around at the women who had fought together, who had protected their town, who had believed in an alien woman asking for help. "Now we rebuild," she said. "Now we remember, and now we watch the stars." 6 months passed since the night the sky above Pine Creek filled with alien ships, since the night Mia sacrificed herself to save the town. Life returned to something like normal, though normal had a different meaning now. The women who had fought together stayed connected. Their network grew stronger. They called themselves the Star Watchers. Though most of Pine Creek tried to forget what happened that night to explain away the lights in the sky, the damaged buildings, the people who had been taken and later returned confused with missing memories, the Star Watchers remembered. They knew the truth. Lily still worked at the diner, still served coffee and pie to travelers, still lived in her grandfather's house. But she spent her evenings on the porch looking up at the stars. And she was not alone. Sue had moved in with her after the battle. They converted the basement where Mia had stayed into a communication center. Computers, radio equipment, telescopes. All focused on the sky. All watching for signs. The government had come, of course, men in dark suits asking questions, taking readings, examining the crash sites. They collected debris from Mia's ship, hauled it away in unmarked trucks. They interviewed witnesses, classified the entire incident as a weather phenomenon and a mass hallucination. The Star Watchers let them believe they had accepted this explanation, but they knew different. They had seen the truth, and they were preparing. Today was special. Today marked 6 months since the battle. Lily, Sue, and the other Star Watchers gathered at the lake. The same lake where they had hidden from the collectors. It was dawn, the sky still dark enough to see stars. The water calm and flat like glass. 30 women formed a circle at the shore, each holding a small blue light, the same color as Mia's ship. A remembrance, a promise, Lily's idea. Become tradition. We gathered to remember. Lily began the words, familiar now after months of these ceremonies. To remember Mia, who came to us in need, who trusted us with her truth, who gave her life to protect us. Her voice was strong, carrying across the water. We gather to remember what we learned, that we are not alone in the universe, that humanity has friends among the stars, and that together we are stronger than any force that would harm us. The women raised their lights in unison, the blue glow reflecting on the water, creating the illusion of stars above and below, the symbol of the Star Watchers. The ceremony complete, they began the real work. Setting up equipment, connecting computers, establishing the detection grid. Another of their monthly tests. The resistance ships had left technology behind, hidden from the government agents. Mia's allies ensuring Earth would have warning if the collectors ever returned. Sandy supervised the technical aspects, directing the setup of satellite dishes and sensors. Kate managed the medical supplies, still prepared for injuries, still ready to help. Sue coordinated communications, organizing shifts and schedules. Lily, as always, was the heart, keeping spirits high. Maintaining focus, Trish arrived late, bringing exciting news. The power fluctuations she had been tracking for weeks had revealed a pattern. "I think it's a message," she said, breathless from rushing. "It repeats every 17 hours, the same sequence." The women gathered around her computer, examining the data Trish had recorded. A series of energy spikes measured at the town power station. Too regular to be natural, too consistent to be coincidence. "It's them," Lily said. "The resistance, Mia's people. Trying to contact us, they worked through the morning analyzing the pattern. It was mathematical prime numbers in sequence. The universal language, as Mia had once explained to them. A way to communicate across species, across worlds. By noon they had deciphered part of the message, coordinates, a time, a date. 3 days from now. A place in the mountains, 20 miles from Pine Creek. They debated what it meant. who would go, what they would find. But in the end, there was no real question. The Star Watchers would answer the call. All of them together as they had been from the beginning, they prepared carefully. Vehicles supplied for a journey, equipment for communication and defense. They had learned from the battle with the collectors. They would not be caught unprepared again. The day arrived clear and cold. The convoy of trucks and cars left Pine Creek before dawn. Lily and Sue in the lead vehicle, followed by Sandy and Kate. Then the others. 20 vehicles. 30 women heading into the mountains following coordinates from space. The location was remote. A clearing surrounded by tall pines accessible only by a logging road rarely used. No one would see them there. No one would know. They arrived at midday, setting up a perimeter establishing communications. Waiting. The appointed time was sunset. The women were ready. They had been ready for 6 months. As the sun touched the horizon, the air in the clearing changed, shimmered like heat waves. The women formed their circle, blue lights held high. A signal. A welcome. The shimmer intensified. A sound like wind but not wind filled the clearing. And then something appeared. Not a ship. Not a physical object but a doorway. A tear in reality. A window to somewhere. Else through this opening stepped a figure tall and slender with pearlescent skin and violet eyes. Not Mia, but like her. Another of her kind. The alien looked at the gathered women, her gaze finding Lily, who stepped forward. "I am Lily Mason of Earth," she said. "We are the Star Watchers." "We were friends of Mia." The alien bowed slightly, a gesture of respect. "I am Nilana, sister of Milana, whom you called Mia. I have come to fulfill her final wish." Lily felt her heart jump. Mia had a final wish. Nilana gestured to the doorway behind her. "What you see is a transition gate, a way to travel between worlds. The technology is ancient, forbidden to be shared with emerging species, but the Council has made an exception. Your world proved itself when you helped my sister when you fought the collectors. The resistance has gained power, the treaty has been amended. Earth is now under protection." The women murmured among themselves. This was beyond anything they had hoped for. "But this is not why I am here," Nilana continued. "The resistance grows. Many worlds join our cause against the collectors, against all who would exploit developing species. We need allies. We need representatives who understand both worlds." She looked directly at Lily. "My sister chose you." Lily stared at the alien woman, not comprehending. "Chose me for what? To be Earth's voice in the greater community." Nilana explained. "To join the resistance. To learn our ways, our technology, our history, and to teach us yours. Mia saw in you the best of humanity. Courage, compassion, intelligence, adaptability. These are rare qualities valued across the galaxy." Sue stepped forward beside Lily. "You want to take her away?" Nilana shook her head. "Not take invite. The choice is hers. The gate remains, open in both directions. Those who go may return, those who stay may follow later. This is not captivity. This is alliance." Lily looked at Sue, at her friends, at the women who had fought alongside her, who had believed her, who had changed because of Mia. "How can I leave them? The choice need not be yours alone," Nilana said. "The invitation extends to all who helped my sister. All who fought the collectors. All who remember the truth." The Star Watchers looked at each other. 30 women faced with an impossible choice. Leave their world, their homes, their families to journey among the stars, or stay behind knowing what was out there waiting. Kate spoke first. "I have patients, a clinic, responsibilities, I can't go." But she squeezed Sandy's hand. "But you should if you want to." Sandy looked surprised. "You wouldn't mind." Kate smiled. "Someone has to stay, someone has to watch for your return." Others made similar choices. Some would go, some would stay, some would follow later. The Star Watchers would continue, on Earth, maintaining the connection, preserving the knowledge. And some would venture beyond, becoming the first humans to join the galactic community. Lily and Sue stepped forward together. "We will go," Lily said, "but we will return. We will be the bridge." Nilana nodded. "This is wise. This is what Mia hoped." The women who had chosen to stay embraced those who would leave, tears and promises exchanged. Equipment and supplies gathered. The Star Watchers would continue in two worlds now, Earth and beyond. As sunset faded to true dark, Lily, Sue, and 10 others stood before the transition gate, Nilana waiting to guide them. The remaining Star Watchers formed their circle, blue lights raised in farewell and blessing. Lily looked back at Pine Creek, visible in the distance at the world she had known her whole life. Then she looked forward at the gate, at the stars, at the unknown. And she thought of Mia, who had crashed into her life, who had changed everything, who had seen in humanity something worth saving. Took Sue's hand. They stepped through the gate together, the first humans to walk among the stars as equals, not taken, not studied but invited, welcomed partners in the greater community of worlds, the Star Watchers of Earth becoming the Star Walkers. Of the galaxy behind them, the gate remained, a promise, a connection, a way home when they chose to return. And before them, infinite possibilities, the legacy of an alien woman who had asked for help in a small town, on a small planet, and found not just help but friendship, alliance, and hope. In the years that followed, the Star Watchers of Earth grew in number, their knowledge expanding, their technology advancing, always in service of protection, never conquest or control. They maintained their vigil, watching the skies for friends and for threats. The story of Mia passed from generation to generation, the lesson learned, never forgotten, that among the stars there were wonders and dangers, that humanity was not alone in the universe, and that sometimes the most important choice was not whether to fight or flee, but whether to help someone in need.